Happy lunch hour, guys. So just short of noon here, and as usual, we've got the world going to hell. No other way to put it here. Uh, Stuff's getting crazy all over the place. For those of you guys that live in the DC area, I hope that you guys have got all your preps in, because apparently on Saturday, in order to leave your house in Washington, D.C., you will need to have the proof of vaccination, photo ID if you're over 18, and a mask. That's it. Okay? Otherwise, you're not allowed to leave your house. All right? And take a look at this. This is straight from Muriel Bowser. So how do you like that? That was her tweet this morning. But then, of course, if I mentioned this one last night on the live stream, if you live up in Quebec, okay, apparently, according to the Toronto Sun, that Francois Legault has said that they are about ready to implement heavy fines for those that have not got vaccinated. Okay, so Canada, I don't know what's going on with you guys up there, but you've completely lost control of your government and your country. Not that the United States is doing a whole hell of a lot better, but that's how interesting it gets. Okay, now you're going to be fined for not having a vaccination, which I get a kick out of, because it's the same idiocy that we have in the States here. Okay, France has socialized medicine. Everybody pays the same, regardless whether you're a billionaire or you're a pauper. Everybody pays the same and everybody gets healthcare coverage. Unless you're not vaccinated, then you get fined. Okay, so how does that working out there for you? But like I said, can't really say a whole lot about the United States. We fought forever, or not we, I fought against it, for, the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, make insurance affordable for everybody. And of course, now you still have the politicians that are coming out and saying, well, we don't think we should give medical treatment to the unvaccinated. Really? So you're going to force me to buy insurance, but then not let me use it? That's a Democrat's mind at work. That's a liberal's mind at work. That's a communist's mind at work. Okay? So, Biden and Trudeau are cut from the same cloth in that respect. But you want to get a little bit even deeper into this. And again, I say to you guys all the time, watch what happens in other countries and get ready for it to come here. We have seen over the past week all the protests going on in Kazakhstan. Now, what was put out by the media, and the only thing I can verify of it whatsoever, was it was because of fuel prices. Okay, I have not seen anything else other than speculation that people have said in Kazakhstan the people were rioting because you weren't allowed to take your money out of the bank unless you've been vaccinated. I've seen all those stories. I cannot verify them. Doesn't mean they're not true, okay? It just means that that hasn't been disseminated from any sort of reliable source, I guess, if you will, that was the fact. Now, whether people said it or not, I don't know where these tweets, these Instagrams, these YouTube videos got their information, or whether it's Hell Turner made up crap. Who knows? Okay. But now that that's winding to a close, what do we have happen today? I want you to watch this. I'm going to talk over the audio of this video, because literally all it is people yelling and screaming, and the few words that people are yelling are in Bulgarian, and I'm betting most of us can't understand it. But if you watch this, what this is these are demonstrators trying to breach national parliament. Thousands of people out there, that was staged by the Nationalist Revival Party against anti-coronavirus restrictions, including the Green Pass system, okay? The protesters are out there running around with flags, with banners. There was even somebody out there with a Confederate flag, which I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know if it's in this video. I just saw a still shot of it. But the signs were reading things like, "I want a normal life," "Hands off our children," "Freedom, freedom." That was the kind of stuff, "Liberty." That's what's going on out there. Now, you had, obviously, these protesters, as you can see here, fighting against law enforcement, pushing the police line back, whatever. They never got into Parliament because the doors were locked and barricaded from the inside. But this is how frustrated the population of the world is getting with all of this crap, and the overreach of the World Economic Forum, the United Nations, and the United Communist Front that every government in the world seems to be following, okay? You can go look up all the stats you want. I mean, I don't have to tell you anything about it, about what's going on with the vaccinations and their efficacy, okay? I can't talk about it here, but B, you guys already know. But, when we're seeing things like Boris Johnson out at a party, maskless, Joe Biden out at a party, maskless, AOC out, gallivanting around Florida, flaunting the fact that she's keeping all her constituents masked up and locked in the house, yet she's sitting out at drag queen bars and stuff like that. Okay, this is exactly what's going on, and the people in the world are finally pushing back against the rules for me and not, or rules for thee and not for me line that's going on. Guys, this stuff is going to be coming to your neighborhood eventually. Everything else we've seen work its way through Europe and then winds up in North America, all right? I mean, here it is. We are 12 days into 2022, and we've already seen attacks on Parliament in now Kazakhstan and now Bulgaria, all right? Now let's start getting into bigger cities. There's been protests in Germany. There's been protests in France. There's been protests in England. You've seen it. Of course, we have a protest here in the United States, January 6th, and they call it an insurrection or, a coup. Now, granted, that wasn't against the lockdowns and everything like that we haven't gotten yet. But what's going to happen in Washington, D.C.? That's my question, okay? With Muriel Bowser saying you can't leave your house. Explain that one to me, all right? How are the people there going to react to all of that? Chances are you're going to have some people push back. Now, D.C. is like 97% leftist, so it might not, you might have a protest of 12 people, who knows? But again, that was the opening volley. How soon till Boston follows? How soon till New York follows? Whatever it would be. Guys, this is coming, and these protests are going to be in your neighborhood, in your nearest city, whatever. And obviously people are getting hurt, people are getting arrested. Kazakhstan, people were getting killed. I mean, can you imagine in the United States, in Canada, wherever, okay, if Biden or Trudeau did the same thing as in Kazakhstan and gave shoot-to-kill orders? Can you imagine the chaos that would happen at that point? Pay attention, guys. It's getting bad. When you get inflation numbers that came out, the CPI came out this morning, and we're now at the official number of 7% inflation year over year, okay? Joe Biden's first year in office, this was January through December 2021, Joe presided over 7% inflation. There's plenty of economists who are expecting double-digit inflation this year, so it to get even worse than it was last year. Let's just take the lowest end of double-digit. Let's add 10% onto the prices of everything that you pay right now. You think you're not going to see protests like Kazakhstan when stuff like that starts hitting? I keep telling you, we're going to see $5 a gallon of gas. We have this trucking fiasco that's going to happen between the United States and Canada starting in a week or so, where the drivers have to be jabbed to go across the borders. All right. Remember the video I did last week? We get 60% of our imported oil from Canada. Well, we don't have the pipelines, so that means it either comes via truck or train. Now shut down all the trucks. That means less and less and less petroleum. You think the pipelines sat there and made gas more expensive? Wait till the trucks can't run. This is coming, guys. To quote Prepper now, stack, stock, and stick to the plan. Have a good afternoon. Pinball out.